Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 2 of the question and answer video. Trapper561 says, you have so many wonderful friends and family, you're truly blessed. What was the best holiday you've been on and why? I think the best holiday I've ever been on was probably the first cruise that Tammy and I came on, because we were so blown away by cruising. Now, cruising has changed since we first came. We first came in 2017, we think it was. We were talking about this the other day. We think it was 2017, Easter 2017. We knew nothing about cruising. It was so lovely. We had a fantastic time and everything felt so luxurious. It has changed a little since then. Some of the little touches that made it feel like a real luxury holiday have gone, where they've had to make cuts. You know, they had a difficult, obviously cruise lines had a massively difficult time through COVID, and they've had to make cuts and retrenching or whatever, and it's not quite the massive luxury experience it used to be, although it is now coming down in price. So, you know, what you gain on the swings, you lose on the swings, gain on the roundabouts, whatever that saying is. But yeah, that's probably the best holiday ever. Tammy and I loved that holiday. We had such a good time on that cruise, and we came off that cruise really fired up to go on another one. So that's probably the best holiday ever. But I also had a fantastic holiday with 4 girlfriends. So me and Tammy, Tina and Tamsin, and our friend Jane. We all went on a holiday to Turkey, and that was the first girls' holiday I'd ever been on. I'd been on holidays with my kids and whatever, but that was the first all girls together holiday, and that was great fun. We had such a laugh on that holiday. So that's 2. There we go. Lisa O'Meara 45, I think that says, hello Carla. First of all, how is your mum? Not seen her for a while. She's all good. She's okay. She's 70, nearly 76, and she's not in the best of health, as you guys know. So I've got a really itchy nose. But she's okay. I just tickled my nose a bit. My nose isn't supposed to go all the way over there, is it? Does everybody's nose do that? Can you all take a moment and see how far you can push your nose over and tell me if mine's weird? Thank you. I'd like to ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. Time seems to pass so quickly now that I'm older. Time seems to fly by. So 5 years ago seems like yesterday in some ways, so I don't know where I'll be in 5 years. Maybe sitting on a cruise ship talking to you guys on an iPad, propped up on 3 Pepsi Max cans of the mirror behind you. This is Helen Morton. Hi Carla, what would you love to do but can't because of health reasons? I have a couple of things that prevent me doing things. I'd like to be able to run for a bus. I don't catch buses, but I'd like to feel like if I needed to, I could run. We were walking through the corridor the other day, and a young girl, probably in her early teens, ran past us, and me and Tammy were like, used to be able to do that. I can't run. I can't kneel down. I don't know whether it's my health or my size. I suppose health and size are very much interrelated. I can't kneel down for anything. I'd like to be able to kneel down. I can't do that. There's not much else. I've never felt the urge to do a skydive or anything like that. So there's not a lot that I can't do. You know, there's nothing that I'm not allowed to do because of my health. But my size restricts me in a lot of ways. So that's another reason that I need to deal with it again. Victoria Hayworth says, if you have any free time, do you have a hobby? Or if you don't, is there a hobby you would like to pursue? If so, what would it be? I don't have a lot of free time. When I do have free time, I tend to catch up on stuff on Netflix or read. There are hundreds of hobbies that I'd like to have a crack at. I have become aware through menopause, through perimenopause, I've become aware of certain characteristics that are definitely reminiscent of ADHD. So I possibly have a slight leaning towards some ADHD. And one of those things is taking up a hobby, ploughing myself into it 110%, and then abandoning it all very, very quickly. That's a very big, obvious link with ADHD there. I'm not sitting there going, I've definitely got it, but some things that you see and you think, oh yeah, that's me, that is. My toxic trait as well is seeing something artistic and deciding I could do that if I only had the equipment. So for example, in the ship somewhere, I'll try and get a photo and I'll insert it here. There's a swirly painting and I thought I could do that. I could do that. I absolutely, definitely, probably couldn't do that at all. Probably not. But my toxic trait is going, I could do that if I just had all the stuff, and then I go and buy all the stuff and discover I can't do it after all. I never touch it again. So there isn't a specific hobby that I'd like to pursue, but there's plenty that I'd like to have a crack at. Mealboo1, if you could have a conversation with any author, who would it be? Terry Pratchett. Oh, wouldn't it be wonderful for those of you who have read Pratchett? If you haven't read Pratchett, then you won't know why I feel this way. And if you haven't read Pratchett but you've always meant to, then give him a go. And if you've tried a couple of times in the past and never got into it, keep on trying, because it took me so many goes to get into Pratchett, and when I did, I couldn't get back out. I would absolutely love to have a conversation with Terry Pratchett. The Pure genius of the man. Pure genius of the man. Or possibly Jane Austen, although I'm not sure she and I would find much in common to talk about. Jenster asks, how did you first start your eBay business? Which I've already answered earlier on, haven't I? Do Natalie or Anthony have any interest in eBay? Natalie, absolutely not. She loathes everything about it. Anytime that I need her to help me in any way, she's like, oh, I never want to do this. Please don't leave this to me when you die. Anthony sells his own few bits on eBay here and there. He sells Hot Wheels cars and a few other things, but he's not interested in it. For Anthony, it's a quick means to an end. It's a, I need to raise a few quid, let's flog something on eBay. It's not he hasn't got reseller blood. Beth Williams 54, how are you and how is your mum? As I've said, she's okay. Love your videos. Thanks for asking, Beth. I'm okay, mum's okay. We're ticking along. Nobody's shuffling off just yet, I hope. Janice Reed asks, will the weekly waffle ever come back? And I think the answer to that is probably not, Janice. I just became aware that I was bored of making it. I was bored of recording what I'm having for breakfast, and here I go to Lidl and all the rest of it. So I do the occasional little weekend waffle or a day in the life, and I think that suffices. I don't have a very interesting life. If I ever win the lottery, I promise you I'll do a weekly waffle, at least the first few weeks of me spending it. That'd be fun. But I think it's probably not coming back in the shape and form that it used to be. Neat1209, what are your plans for Christmas and the New Year? I will be at home for Christmas Day. Mum's coming to us. Tammy's coming. We've invited the guys next door, but they're not sure what they're doing yet. But they've got an open invitation. Don't sit in there on your own at Christmas. Come in here and sit with us and eat with us. I cook a dinner and that goes down to somebody else who prefers not to go out at Christmas but still wants a dinner. So that's Christmas Day. Boxing Day, we usually go over to Mum's. We usually take food over there so that she won't have to hassle of catering, and then we have kind of Boxing Day tea over with her so that she's not sat there on her own. She won't stay at mine. It would be lovely if she could stay at mine Christmas night, but she wouldn't. We've only got a downstairs loo. She would not be comfortable on the sofa at all. She wouldn't be able to sleep on the sofa, but also she wouldn't be able to do the trek up and downstairs in the night for the loo, so it just doesn't work for her. If we had an upstairs loo, then she'd come and stay, hopefully. But so we'll go over there Boxing Day, and I make no plans for New Year because New Year's Eve, unless I'm working, I will be at home with the dogs because of the fireworks. Somebody has to be at home with the dogs because the fireworks are so tormenting to them. Jackie Davis, how long have you been selling on eBay? What's your highest sale ever? Just to say, I really enjoy your channel. Thank you for that, Jackie. I've been selling on eBay for over 20 years, as I said earlier on. My eBay account was set up in 2001 and it's now 2023, so 22 years. And sorry, I've got a bit of loose skin that I can't stop fiddling with. And my highest sale on eBay, I think, still under 100. I don't think I've ever sold anything that was over 150 quid. I've sold a couple of things that come in around about the 130, 150 quid mark. Some books, a couple of paintings that I picked up. They were prints. They weren't paintings of prints. They were prints of paintings. They went for £130. That wasn't that long ago. Yeah, I've had a few things that come in between the 120, 150 mark, but I don't have the big sales. I'm not a career seller, and I have no specialism. I'm not a niche specialist. I buy stuff that I think I can flog. Kathy Bennett says, hi Carla, I'm quite new to your channel, but I love all your vlogs. Have you just the two kids? And do they both live at home with you? I have just the two kids. Anthony is 32, Natalie is 27, and yes, currently they're both still at home. Financially, it's just not feasible in Bristol. The rental market is beyond belief at the moment. You can't get anything. You can't even get a one bedroom for less than about £800 a month at the moment. It's absolutely bonkers. Denise Paris says, hi Carla, your videos are so good. Thank you, Denise. I love catching up with them. It's like sitting and have a coffee with a good friend. My question is, if you could sit and have a conversation with yourself at age 18, what would you say? I tell myself to not get married. I've been married to my husband 39 years. Live a bit, do the things you regret now. Life's too short. I think you have to make the mistakes you make along the way to turn into the person you're going to be, don't you? But if I could have a chat with myself at the age of 18, I would probably talk to myself about money and how to manage it. Sorry about the banging. The ship is going to sail shortly, so they get the gangplanks in and whatever. So you might be able to hear that noise going on. Yeah, I would have a chat with myself about money, how to manage money, and if I'd had that chat with myself and listened to myself, then financially I'd be in a different place now, and maybe my kids would be too. Jackie9176, hi Carla, what is your dream job? Lots of love from Jackie in Australia. When I was at school and the careers officer asked me what I wanted to be a librarian. And they sent me to do my work experience in a library, and I thought I'd be allowed to stamp the books and take the little tickets back in the day when you had it was proper paper tickets by then. They wouldn't let me near any of that. All they let me do for an entire solid week was make them tea and dust the books. And it killed my dream of being a librarian, which is silly now looking back. And it was an odd dream to have anyway. But But yeah, I don't think I have a dream job. I don't think I have a dream job. No, I joked with who was I joking with the other day about being a life coach, and they said I could. I think I'd make an excellent life coach. Leslie One Canada. Have you ever or would you ever colour your hair a different colour? It has been this colour for a great many years now. This is straight out of a box. I mean, it's white underneath, but this is Garnier Nutrice 3.6, I think. But when I was in my teens, I went through phases of different. So I had black hair for a while, and I tried to go blonde, and looked in the mirror halfway through, and I could see that it was orange, and so I panicked and washed it off. And if I'd had any sense, I would have realised that it was going through orange on its way to blonde. And so what the result of that was that I had orange hair for about 8 months, and terrible, terrible dark roots coming through orange hair. So, yeah. Christina Scadden, what would you tell the 16-year-old version of yourself? That's very similar to the one about the 18. I would tell the 16-year-old version of myself to stop being so silly. I'm not going to tell you what I was being silly about, but to stop being so silly. Laura Peck 9274, would you and Mrs. M go on holiday together? I'd love that. I don't think Caroline and I could put up with each other for more than a couple of days. I think after I go down to hers and I stay there a couple of days, and I think at the end of 2 days she's quite ready for me to go home. I don't think we could maybe do a weekend. We'd have to have separate hotel rooms because we both like our own space and whatever. But I don't think we could do a whole holiday together. Although I would very much love to go to some of the locations that she's been able to visit. Sonara Ward says, how did you and Caroline meet? Love your videos. Through eBay and YouTube. Through commenting on each other's videos and chatting in Messenger and stuff like that. And that's how we met. I've made some very good friends through being on YouTube. It has very much enhanced my life. Some of the people I've met simply through reselling and YouTubing about reselling have absolutely enhanced my life massively. Janice Pym 5158, do you remember your school days fondly? I do not. I did not have a happy school life. I joke now that the reason they tell you the school days are the best days of your life is because the rest worse. But school was not, I was not happy. Again, looking at the possible characteristics of ADHD and looking back, you say, oh yes. But yeah, I was not happy at school. I did not have a happy time. Yeah, I would not want to repeat my school days. Video Histories asks, favourite movie ever? Don't know, really. I like a lot of films. I've watched Dirty Dancing 1,000,000 times because we were obsessed with it when I was in my teens. Same with Grease. I like Grease too, which most people don't. I don't know what I would say is my favourite movie ever. There's nothing that I would go, oh, I'll watch that over and over and over and over again, I don't think. Although I do like Pretty Woman. I'm very, very run-of-the-mill when it comes to films. I don't watch anything scary, and I don't watch anything too thrillery, and I don't watch anything with too much blood and gore, and I definitely don't watch horror, and I don't watch anything boring. I like to be made to laugh. Bronwyn Payne, did you plan a career when you left school? Well, I think I covered that, Bronwyn, by saying that I hoped I would be a librarian, and then they killed my dream. They stamped all over my dream, library stamp, get all over my dream, and then I didn't plan a career, no, because I was pregnant at 17 and a bit. So yeah, that was. I didn't really have a plan. Gaynor says, hi Carla, have you had an item that sold for more than expected? Yes, a few. Nothing very exciting. Also, have you had things that you thought would sell but didn't? Yes, a house full of them. I've got loads of stuff that I thought would sell that doesn't. It all goes eventually, but there's a million things that I've gone, I'll make a huge profit on that and I haven't, or even I'll make a reasonable profit on that and I haven't. Millions. We'd be here forever. Is Natalie or Anthony interested in doing YouTube channel or eBay? No, not in the slightest. Neither of them want to do YouTube or eBay. And I've answered this already by following my footsteps of buying a seller. She said, because Carla, I don't know how you do it. I went to Swansea for the day on Saturday with my daughter and I think she walked the legs off me. She said I was the first person she ever subscribed to. So thank you, Gaynor. I know that you've been here not here a long time. I know that you've been in the comments section a long time. Does that make any sense? Jessica Smith, where do you see yourself in 1 year's time? Oh, my love, Jessica Smith. Well, I had 5 years' time earlier on, didn't I? I have no idea. I don't look to the future. Just keep plodding on. Just deal with the day that is in front of you. Get through this day, and if you're lucky enough, there'll be another day tomorrow. What is your main job? I've got YouTube and eBay and my part-time job, and they're all much of a muchness in time and income wise, I guess. So none of them is really the main job. I suppose the one that has the reliable income is the part-time job, because so you'd call that one the main one, really, because that's the one that produces the money on the same day every month, whereas all the rest are a bit more wobbly. Louise Turner says, hi, I'm new to your channel, love it. And what made you want to become a YouTuber? I never particularly wanted to become a YouTuber. I started making YouTube videos because I was gaining loads and loads from the YouTube videos I was watching that were made by other resellers. I was watching people like Nick and Andrea and Caroline in Wales. She doesn't do reselling anymore. I was watching her, and Caroline Mrs. M and people like that. And I was gaining so much from them sharing their knowledge. I was watching Ben. Do you remember Ben? What was Ben's surname? My brain, I'm so sorry. I know all the answers to these questions, and it's just not, my brain is not firing up. Somebody would go, well, it's Ben Thingamy, and it was him. But yeah, I was watching these channels, and I was gaining so much from watching that I really wanted to, and I was like, I have a little bit of knowledge. There's a lot of things. I could share my pickups and explain why I bought them and say what they'll sell for. I could do that, and I could share, and I could give back. And that's why I started doing YouTube. And then gradually it evolved from just the reselling content to vlogging and all the rest of it. And I'm having fun. I just started having fun with it. And I'm still having fun with it. Not quite as much fun all the time as I used to, but I'm still having fun with it. There's somebody out the door. Hello.
Hi.
Tammy's back from her pampering session. Do you look all young and radiant? Show them your nails. She's had her nails done. They're blue.
They are
Smurf
blue.
nails.
It's because my dress is blue for the celebration night.
It's because her dress is blue, is it?
Yes.
I
It's
thought it
what
was
you got me
green.
from Fly Curvy. No,
Oh,
green
yes.
one I wore
Oh, yeah.
the night.
Tammy's got one of the blue dresses from Fly Curvy that didn't fit me. Do you remember? So, yeah, did you have a lovely pampering session?
I did.
Yeah?
I did.
Did you get a foot massage?
Yes, foot, ankle and calf massage.
Oh, I don't want my feet messed with.
Little collagen eye treatment for me.
No, I don't know if you can hear her. She's saying she had a collagen eye treatment for her black circles, which are caused by me snoring all night.
Say nothing.
I'm nearly done.
That's fine. You carry on.
I really am done. That was the bottom of that one. I think there's a couple on Instagram. Let me see. I don't know if I can get to Instagram because I'm on the ship's Wi-Fi and they don't let you access everything. I've answered Sherbet Fizz earlier on, didn't I? So would you do a Costco look around? And Caroline's answered that one and said she'd enjoy it too. So we'll definitely do that at some point. Susan Salt and Vinegar, this is a good one. Would you consider having liposuction on the area below your knee? I've recently seen a YouTube video from the US on this procedure. Who even knew this was a thing? I'm not suggesting that you do this, but you've said in past vlogs that your knee area really bothers you. Hope it isn't too personal. Just ignore if you wish. Not too personal. I would love that. Can I get some liposuction on my knees for Christmas, please? I'm sure it's only several thousand. It's a bit short notice, apparently.
This year.
Okay, maybe next year.
I've done you for Christmas this year.
Oh, she's done my Christmas.
I did not buy you that.
Damn
I
it.
don't want you disappointed on Christmas Day.
When there isn't a big suction kit in my stocking.
I can do a DIY one with a massive syringe if you want. We'll have a try at it.
I'll have it next year.
Okay.
I'll have the proper one next year. Yes, but yes, Susan, I would. That's an excellent. I would love that, but I bet it's expensive. She also says, "What contacts have you made to find for stock?" None really. I only buy at car boot sales. BJA Taylor says, I can't think of a specific question, which is surprising as I'm very nosy. Me too. I am the nosiest person I know. I don't want to do anything negative with the information that I want to know. Natalie, I've told, I'm not bitchy. I don't want information so that I can use it. I'm just nosy. I just want to know stuff. I'm nosy. But I'm not malicious.
No.
I'm just nosy. If you could be one of your friends for a day, which of your friends would you be and why? I don't want to be you. I'm sorry.
You do not want to be me. I've got the world's worst job.
Don't want to be her.
Don't want to be Tamsin. She's got 8 kids.
Yeah, don't want to be Tamsin. She's got a lot of children. If I could be Caroline for a day.
Yeah, so as long as when Caroline was on holiday in Mauritius, you could.
Yes, I'd be Caroline for a day, but I want the day to be when she's on holiday somewhere lovely. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I'll be Caroline on holiday for a day. Joanne Webb says, what is your favourite kind of book to read and what books sell best? I don't sell a lot of books. I used to sell more books than I do now. I sell the odd book here and there, but I don't know what sells best. Folio, I always did well with folio edition. What my favourite kind of book to read? I read all sorts. I'm currently reading a book about Mormon polygamy in the 18th century. But I read... Yeah, honestly, it's very interesting. I read all sorts. I don't read horror. I don't read anything. I don't read anything that keeps me awake at night. But I read chick lit and I read factual stuff. I like a detective fiction. That's probably my favourite. I like a golden age of crime. Yeah. I also like Terry Pratchett. I like a period. Yeah, period novel, Jane Austen or whatever. Yeah. Susan Blue, 1960. If you go on a holiday anywhere, no budget, where would you go? Tammy's muttering Hawaii at me. I want to do one of those big cruises. We've been looking at the brochure and going, oh, look at this, it's only 100. We had a look the other day, it's a 100-night cruise. It does the eastern circumnavigation of the globe. It goes to all these wonderful, we thought we'd do that, we'd save up for that, we'd do it in a couple of years' time. £20,000. We probably won't be doing that one. But yeah, that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to do one of those big cruises, but I need to be able to take Molly with me, so that was the other drawback, because Tammy said if she won the lottery, she'd take me on one of the world around the cruises, and I said, can we have a private cruise ship, please, so I can bring Molly? Because I don't want to be away from Molly for a year. Andrea C. Nolan says, I've been watching camping on YouTube, God knows why. She's put God knows why, not me. Would you be brave enough to camp out in a wood alone for a night? Hell no. I hate camping. I loathe camping. Camping is everything you have to do at home with less facilities to do it with. Did you just fall through the door? Are you running away from me talking about camping?
No, I'm laughing.
Camping.
I pay good money for that.
Hate it. I hate camping.
I pay good money to see you camping the woods.
Yeah, can you imagine? Imagine me camping. You have to be able to kneel down, don't you, to do camping? I think you have to kneel down for the stove and stuff.
And the tent.
Yeah, no. So no, I wouldn't camp full stop, ever, anywhere. And I certainly wouldn't camp out in the wood alone for a night, no. Cold and no, I would not. It's not about being brave, it's about disliking it so much. It's not fear, it's just, ugh. Susan also asks, what sells the best for you? Clothing, knickknacks, mugs, games, etc. I sell a lot of bric-a-brac. That's probably what my top seller, just odds and ends, bric-a-brac, kitchen stuff. Mama Jum Jum says, I thought she said, are you going to be in Panto this year? I was like, no, they haven't asked me. She says, are you going to the Panto this year? Also, no. Although we went to a Panto on the ship. Was that yesterday?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Have I lost a day of my life?
Beanstalk, it was yesterday.
Why did they do a Panto on a port day? Isn't that weird?
It was a sea day.
Was it?
Today was a
I have lost a day. I've lost a day of my life. Okay, yeah, there was a Panto on the ship yesterday. We went to that. That was quite fun. But no, I'm not going to proper Panto. Do you still have a job besides reselling? That's custom prints gifts. Do you still have a job besides reselling? Yes, as I said earlier, I still have a part-time job. And then Barbara, as I mentioned earlier on, so I said somebody had mentioned this, Barbara McDonald 193, why do you think you were able to successfully lose weight during lockdown to then put it all back on now? I haven't put it all back on now, Barbara, but thanks for that. I have put about half of it back on, and as I said earlier on, I don't think lockdown was the deciding factor. I think the things that have changed in my life are part of what's the reason why I'm struggling to get back on with it now. Things have changed, my mindset changed, the way I feel about my life has changed. I am stressed in different ways. I eat my feelings. I am older and more tired and lazier, and all of these aspects are some of the reasons that I have put some of the weight back on. But it's not over yet. It's not over till the fat lady's thin, and that's not how the song goes. Thank you for all of your questions. I appreciate everyone who sent a question. I've just realised that all the time I've been doing this with my arms, you can't see it because it's in the mirror. I've been doing all sorts of arm gestures, and all you can see is my shoulders moving. The whole time you've just been watching me do this. So that's been entertaining, if nothing else. You've probably watched this over 2 videos, and there's probably a voiceover bit at the end of the last one saying to come back. Thank you for joining me for both of these videos if you've had to, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.